Now we've got to think about where the highlight in the middle of the eye goes. So it goes roughly to about here, and it kind of cuts out to here as well, so we need to kind of take some paint off if we can. So then we can drop a dark colour into this. It will blend out. We can always touch this up afterwards. It will blend out to the wet area. I'm going to go switch back to my larger brush, the size 5, and then just touch this edge in with clean water. Just barely damp on your brush though, you don't want too much water on your brush, or you'll end up with what's called cauliflower marks within the paint. Right, now then, using ivory black on its own, we've already got some colour on the paper, so that's okay. I'm going to dab this into the wet paper, which is quickly drying. As you can see, it's starting to kind of dry very quickly, and define this eye shape. Get the shape, which is obviously going to be round, but you don't want it too sharp an edge around here. That's why it's nice and damp, because it's going to blend out slowly and soften that edge up a little bit. And then darken again the top of this area here. It's really in the dark up there, so I just want to make sure it remains dark. Once again, we've got watercolour is obviously transparent, so you've already got the colour underneath, which will show through to take away any blandness, any dullness or deadness of the black. Using clean water, I'm just blending this out, and I'll blend it on the edge as well. Okay, the next step, I need to think about this eye and how far it comes out for the highlights. That comes out roughly to about here. So I'm just going to dampen this area with a clean damp brush and work the paint a little bit, and then with a tissue we'll pull that off. And the same would apply to this side that little bit. Once again, I keep looking at the photograph just to pull that out a little bit, and while it's wet, once again pull it off. Looking at the eye area here, I'm just going to clean some of this area up here a little bit just by using a little bit of damp brush, just to pull some highlights out in the eye. And the same would apply to around this area here. Once again, just lightly work the paint and pull it off. Using ivory black and my detail brush, that's gone too thick, so I'll just dab that a little bit. Using the detail brush, I can darken the eye now. French ultramarine. Just dab a little bit of that in the eye. Just give it a bit of hint of blue as a reflection colour. And the same about there, I think. Just burnt umber and ivory black. This can be softened as we go along if need be. And that also cuts up there as well. A bit darker around the highlight there as well. Okay, let's add a highlight in there. This is using watercolour white, which is fairly opaque, but you will find that if you use it quite thin, it just seems to disappear on the paper. So just using the 00 brush again, I'm going to touch this area in, just to pick out a few highlights here and there. And again, we can soften this if need be as well, so if it's too sharp, bring that one down a little bit more. Tap it across. And that one. And this one here. Notice this comes down a little bit around there. So once again, tap that into there. Quite bright there as well. So what I want to do now is just lightly blend this area in. Remember, watercolour white does blend quite easily, but you can blend it too much and it ends up being very muddy. So we'll just blend that out there and here as well, and bring that part down, and that is about it. Using a mixture of Gumbo Yellow and Burnt Sienna, I'm just going to touch in a little bit of yellow around this area here, just to give a bit of colour in. I mean, once this is dry, we'll be going over the top of some of this area anyway. Starting to get some definition around the eye now. So looking at where things go, so I'm looking at this area here, just neaten these lines out a little bit, and then looking at the shapes, that comes down to about here, and then this gets filled in a little bit as well. Everybody has their own ways of doing things, and this is just mine. As I mentioned, this paint is very thin out at the moment. I find it easier or better to go careful with the detail first, keep it light initially, and gradually you build up the darks by obviously thickening your paint a little bit. So all I'm gradually doing is just bit by bit building up the detail, looking at the direction the feathers go, looking at the eye. I think it actually goes a little bit higher as well. I mean, this goes to about here, I think. Look at this. I just touch that in and I can tidy it up as I go along, I think. Okay. So there you go. That will give you a basic idea on how to create an eye using quite a few layers of paint. Start off light and wait for it to dry, wet in wet technique, and build it up as you go along. Try not to put too much dark colours on initially, just work it slowly and build it up gradually. Just take your time, there's no hurry. By sharing this video, you can encourage me to make some more videos for you. So share it on Google+, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Pinterest, on YouTube. So please share this and I'll do some more for you. Thank you.